Loon, how was practice today? It seemed like it went pretty long with the scrimmage and the film session afterwards.
Yeah, it was a pretty long one, but it was good. We got a couple of days before our first game, so we want to go over everything, make sure we know our plays and our defensive schemes, and make sure we locked in on everything. It's good to get up and down and blow it out a little bit, so it was fun.
It seemed like today was kind of like the last day before the season starts, just in terms of all the work you're going to do. How much have you seen this group grow from day one until now?
I think we've grown a lot. I think for training camp, this has probably been the best that we probably communicated. Everybody's out there talking. We're loud on defense. We're talking on offense. For us to have so many new guys, that's kind of unique. I feel like we're picking things up pretty fast, and I think our offense and our defense has grew a lot since first day of training camp in Hawaii. So we still got a lot to work on, but we're growing fast.
What have been the keys to implementing new players and whatnot? What are what's that process look like?
I think the biggest thing is communicating. Communicating what's new, what we're used to. I think Steve's doing a great job of he's been mixing up groups and lines so everybody has a chance to kind of play with each other, get a feel for each other, and kind of know how guys play on offense and defense. I think when you mix it up like that, you're able to kind of build and get to know the new guys, and instead of it being just separated and just being in different groups. So I think Steve mixing it up and us just talking, adding a new coach, Stack, Terry been really talkative and implementing what they want to talk about, what they want to see on both sides of the court. I think it's been great.
What have you seen from Steve just in terms of his competitive? Like, what ways have you seen his competitiveness come out these last few weeks since you guys got back together?
Steve's been great. He's been really locked in. He's been on us. He's been pushing us in every practice. He's holding us accountable for everything, for the turnovers, missing rotations, small things that maybe we wouldn't have got on us in the past. Maybe in the drill where somebody step out of bounds. He's on everything. He's about the details right now, about our cuts, about our screens, about getting to 2 feet and making the right passes. All those little things he's caring about. And he's been on us. I think it's been translating for us, and I think each other from Draymond and Steph to the rookies like QP, we all hold each other accountable for the small things.
Loon, you talked about the communication. For so many years when that core group was together, there didn't need to be a lot of communication. Right. It was so much unspoken. But with Klay not here, a lot of new young faces, is that maybe the most important thing for you guys right now, is being able to communicate on both ends?
Definitely. We got new guys, and we're kind of doing some new schemes on defense and offense. Having communication that we're all on the same page is important. We used to thrive on chaos in the past, where it was kind of more random and we could do whatever. We just knew how to read off each other. It was kind of an unspoken thing that we had. But to start this season off with the new group, with new faces, different lineups, we need to be on the same page. You got to talk it out. As we continue to build our chemistry and get to know each other more, then you can kind of have that unspoken chemistry on the court. But to start, we need to be on the same page. We got to talk it out. And for us, we have some of the best talkers. You got a guy like Draymond who talks on both ends of the floor, adding guys like Kyle, Buddy, who always talking and know the game. DeAnthony, guys know the game. They're very vocal. So adding those guys to the group has helped a lot.
You're part of that core group that has been here for so long. But with the new look of this team, does it kind of re-energize you that this is a new squad and a new just attitude and everything about it?
Definitely adding new guys, and the way that last year ended, not making the playoffs, that's all the energy we needed. You fall real short of what our actual goal was, to not even be able to compete in the playoffs. I think that put a battery in everybody back to know that we gotta. Everybody had to look at each other, ourselves in the mirror, and see how we can get better and coming into the next season. I think everybody did that. The guys coming in that's new had a chip on their shoulder as well, and they've been bringing a new fire. So it's been great. I think everybody's been re-energized from the staff to the training room. So I think we're on the right page right now.
You've been around long enough to know how this league works. You've seen people get traded, sign deals, everything. What would be your message to guys like Kuminga and Moody in the next day or so, when there might be a little bit uncertainty over if they're going to get extended before tomorrow?
For those guys, just try to control what you can control. You only can control how well you play, how hard you play, how you carry yourself, how to be professional, and that's the most part. When you do the right things, play the right way, and go out there with the mindset to win, usually things take care of themselves. And good thing that J.K. and Moses are two of the most professional guys I know for being that young. They carry themselves really well, and they've been part of this culture, so they know what it takes and know what our ultimate goal is. And they know that if they sacrifice for the team and go out there and perform at a high level, that usually, this team rewards their players. So hopefully things work out for them.
We see it all the time with Moody, just in terms of his professionalism and maturity. Where do you see it with Kuminga, with him being so professional?
No, he the way he carried himself, you wouldn't know that he was 22 or whatever, how old he is. I think in this league, they want to put it's a lot on a lot of young guys. This is, talking about his future of his career. You got to take care of his family, all that 21, 22, He might carry himself as a 30-year-old, but he's still a young guy. For him to be able to carry himself, be able to navigate, the NBA. He's not a born American, navigating a new country, providing for his family. Just the way he has kids now. Just to see him kind of grow from his rookie year to now, you see the professionalism. He comes in, gets his work in. Some days he might not be happy about what's going on, but he still comes in, does his job. He doesn't never show. He might have things going on at home, but he never see it. He come in, he's gonna talk basketball, and he loves the game. So, he has always been the most professional, but I've seen it grow over the last few years.
Buddy, how did practice go today? We just heard that you guys had a long film session, did a bunch of scrimmaging.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. Competing, I think it's. Sorry, I got something in my mouth, but start off with Draymond, his intensity, his leadership, just keep ready intact, getting ready for the season.
Do you feel like you're ready for the season to start at this point? 6 preseason games, training camp, Hawaii, all that.
Yeah, I mean, you get bored after a while. You're playing and you're getting better. Each and every day, learning the principles, the terminology, and I feel like we're getting a feel for it. And, you get bored, you're ready to anxious to play the game.
Buddy, where have you seen the most, growth in this team since the beginning of training camp to now? How do you feel like you guys have come together?
Just like everybody's sacrificing and coming and being together, and everybody just sacrificing for the culture. Steve preached about culture and identity, and I think everybody's accepted their role and just come together. And it's one of the best groups I've been a part of. From preseason to now, just everybody come together, serving each other, sacrificing each other, and just making the right plays on and off the basketball court. It's been great. It
seems like this group is having fun together. Just even the open practice last week, just in general. How would you describe the atmosphere amongst you guys?
I mean, it started from the top. Just from Steve and Steph and Draymond. Implying their culture they've been used to, and I think serving us, and you see how they go about their day, and it's talking to the young guys and showing them how they do it the Warrior way, and just everybody feeding in and buying in and learning from them.
I guess you guys are obviously playing with a lot of pace and up tempo. In the past in your career, when you've played against teams that run, what kind of stress does that put on defenders?
A lot of stress because there's a lot of indecisions, a lot of read and react, miscommunications. I thought this, I thought that, and that's why I love to play. I come in here just by envisioning, and a guy like Steph, Draymond, the lineup we have over there with Looney, all those guys were willing to push the pace, so it was fun.
How much, I'm sure you always do, but how much have you emphasized defense, in training camp and preseason, and how much have the coaches asked you about, your defense and ramping it up, intensity-wise?
They talk about, the NBA goes by, analytically, they go by, the past 5 championships, they're being top 5 in defense, top 10 in offense, or whatever, the top 10 in defense, top 10 in offense. And we preach about, Steve preached about getting back to that championship habits. When they won in 22, they were top 5 and top 10 in defense and offense. So just getting back to that, because the numbers don't lie. And I feel like, when you get to that point, anything can happen.
Where do you feel like you can make an impact on defense?
Just being using my speed and just being open in gaps and just communicating, and I feel like when you communicate, it's eliminate a lot of confusion. So that's over communicating, just keeping the ball in front of me. Then they're not asking me to do too much on defense, and I just pick up the ball I need to.